John Eric Poli here at Joe Madden's main event, and I am here on behalf of My MMA News. I am joined by Tim Witherspoon, former heavyweight champion of the world. And Tim, let's start with the event here tonight. You're always big with amateur boxing. You really enjoy it. Why'd you want to be here tonight?
Well, I was here before. I was like one of the trainers or the head trainer here a while back, and and Bob Curry just he got in contact with Kenny Van Scoyce and asked without attending. Yeah, I was attending. Boxing, the day's boxing, we need all the support we can, and I have knowledge, so I figured I'll come on and have some fun and enjoy the amateurs because the kids today are our future.
Yeah, one of the guys that you used to work with when you said their kids are the future, Julio Bronco Acero, he recently just decided to make the decision to turn pro. He gave you a lot of credit. He said that you helped him out a lot when he was younger. He actually just got taken under the wing of Pepe Correa, former Sugar Ray Leonard coach, Coach Lennox Lewis to his first World Heavyweight Championship. So tell me about Julio and how happy you are for him and the opportunity that he has.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. He's a really nice guy. Family-like guy and big and strong, and we had a good relationship. Training, teaching him a lot of stuff that my trainer Slim Robinson taught me, and he was doing really pretty well. And I didn't know that I was waiting for him to contact me, and see what's going on, and I didn't know that these guys was training him. So. And it's good for him. It's good. He's in the game. He's back. I felt that if he would have stuck to it, he would be really doing really good right now. He would be undefeated, really out there fighting and doing really good.
Yeah, and Pepe sounds like very excited to work with him. He said there's a lot of raw talent there, and he thinks he has what it takes to make a run in the heavyweight division one day. And now, Tim, really the reason why I want to talk to you is for your whole entire knowledge. The heavyweight division right now in boxing, it's very exciting, and that's the main reason why I wanted to talk to you here today. Let's start, I guess, with Anthony Joshua, considering he just fought recently. He got his belts back against Andy Ruiz Jr. Were you impressed with him in his rematch against Ruiz?
Well, I'm friends with Anthony Joshua, and you talk about the state of boxing today. To me, it's not as exciting as it was when I was fighting and the fighters before me. And I think that's because of the knowledge not being taught to the boxers. There's not a lot of good trainers that back in my day are still around now. So you have a lot of different techniques, a lot of different knowledges that's being used. Anthony Joshua really needs to. He's a really good man, a really good young man, a boxer, but he needs to learn a little bit more things, a little more things. And I was over there. I was trying to communicate with him, send people, because I've been going over there for a long time, and I've been trying to communicate with him to try to, hey, let me show you some stuff, because there's a lot of guys can't talk like me that was boxing. I had a good defense, I had a good offense. I bring a lot to the table, and sometimes management and promotion close the door on you because they don't want you involved. But that's what Anthony Joshua needs, and Wilder. See, Wilder, if you stop his right hand, the fight is over, because all he depends on is right hand. Tyson Fury, his movement, his defense is moving a lot, and he moves, and then he hits you. He's a professional amateur in my the way I'm thinking, that the way he moves is like an amateur, but he professionalized it. He made it like he uses it, and it works for him. So, the state of boxing for the fans may be really good, but for former guys like me, it's not really like it used to be.
Yeah, and the next thing I want to touch on too was the Fury and Wilder rematch coming up in February.
Yeah.
So why don't we dive into that a little bit? You just touched on it there. What do you think's going to happen there? I mean, the last fight was absolutely crazy between the two of them, back and forth. It would seem like Fury was going to run away with it there, and Wilder was able to get those two big knockouts with that big right hand, like you were thinking. Yeah. Do you think Fury's able to keep himself away this time and get the job done in a decision?
Well, I do think that what I think Fury did in the middle of the road, he changed trainers. So right now he's having a big fight with a big puncher, and he has a new trainer, Ben Davison, I think his name was, or was Ben Davison with him?
That was his old trainer. He just got rid of
Ben Davison. So I think that he needs a really good defensive trainer like me. No, I'm just joking. Well, I think he needs this may be detrimental to him because he changed in the middle of an important fight, and it could work against him, trying to learn new things. But I always thought that Tyson was like Frank Sinatra. I do it my way. I think that he was doing everything his way, and he don't listen to trainers. This is what I'm thinking he does, because I met him before. He's a really nice guy. I was in the presence of him and his father up in, I think it was Doncaster, somewhere over in England, and we talked. They're really nice guys. We talked about the gypsy thing and all that, and it was really cool. And it appeared to me is that if there was another trainer that came on board, he want to do it his way. Mm-hmm. That's what I get. But maybe not, because he fights like that, and the same way he fought years ago, he still fights. Mm-hmm. But he might speed it up a little bit more, or whatever, But far as listening to a trainer, he fights the same all the time. Mm-hmm. Okay, and if somebody like me was to come on board, I think he would still want to do his thing. So I think that maybe he has acquired these trainers because they're just there. But he's going to do what he do when he boxes.
Yeah. Now you spend a lot of time over in England because your daughter, is from there and everything.
Yeah.
You want to train a lot of these guys. You also, you mentioned interested in helping Fury out, but you also want to try to help Joshua out. You said you were close to getting to work with Joshua before his last fight, correct?
Yeah. Well, I was sending messages to a lot of my English friends. I've been going over there for 10-15 years. He definitely needs help. And in his previous fight, you could see he's a champion. He's supposed to stay in his ground and show his opponent that he's champ, not move around. There was a lot of fans saying, well, he boxed, he did enough to do it. But you have a reputation, you have a legacy. You have to be known for to stand your ground and defend yourself and box and don't run and just try to win on just points. You're supposed to show everybody in the world that you are a champ. You can block punches, you can slip punches, you got a good defense, you can also counter. So he didn't show these things. I felt kind of bad. I was sending, because I like him. I sent messages, I said, look, you don't even have to pay me. Let me show you some stuff. And I still didn't get no phone calls, Let me I don't want to be in this corner. He's a nice kid. And now I think his promotions are not looking at it. His promotion, Eddie Hearns and them, they're not looking at that. They're looking at promoting the show, getting the revenue coming in. They're not looking at what he needs. He needs somebody to show him some stuff. So I think that is a mistake that a good promoter like Eddie Hearns is doing. He need to look, and McCracken is a good guy, but he has to understand too that, man, I need some more help. Let's get it. But no reply back.
Well, what are some of the things that you would like to see changed in the Joshua camp? I mean, the biggest thing was when he lost to Ruiz was, he's not using his jab enough. Well, then he comes out now he uses his jab a lot more, but you said there's still, some holes there. What are some of those holes that you see?
He still doesn't have the right person in his corner, and that's why you're going to keep seeing these criticisms, him getting criticized. The reason why you're not seeing a positive, because they're not making changes. Don't get rid of one of the team members. Add somebody on. That's all they have to do. And until he does that, you're going to see the same picture being painted all over again.
So now we got into the Fury Wilder rematch. We did talk about Joshua.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did want to touch on was, obviously, we were talking before about the current state of the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really, I wish I could have been around for, back when you were boxing, was the best guys got in there, they fought each other all the time. We've been having this who's the best of the three debate now for, it seems like way too long.
Yeah.
What's it going to take to finally get all these guys to get in there, fight each other, and figure out who's the best of them all?
You're talking about
between the three, between Joshua, between Fury and Wilder. What's it going to take to see the three of them all? How they got to work, where they all fight each other and figure out who's the best.
Well, I actually think that the promoters are dictating that, and there's nothing the fans could do about it. There's a group of people trying to put a union together to take care of the boxers when their career is over. They're also trying to try to make sure that there is a unified champion. Like all of the good guys fight each other. That's one thing they have to do instead of the promoters running around making dollars, which is okay, but the fans that's paying the money want to see the undisputed champion. And so that's a problem. So you see them, you see Joshua, he's going to fight somebody lesser than Wilder. Then Wilder and Fury is going to fight, and I think that's a good thing. But Joshua, Eddie Hearns, they're going to take him somewhere else. They're going to make a lot of money, I think, or Saudi Arabia. But the fans really want to see undisputed champion, and there is ways of doing that. And in the future, this is what all these groups I'm involved. We're trying to establish that type of atmosphere where the fans deserve to see the undisputed. You could keep all these little belts, but it's got to funnel down into one champion. So that's what's needed today.
And then one of the things too I want to touch on, if we ever do get to see this, all the guys fight each other.
Yeah.
Last year when I asked you this question, you said Tyson Fury you think's the best of the three. Now 1 year later, do you still think Tyson Fury's the best of the three?
You know, I like the way that Tyson Fury moved around. I like his charisma, the way he moved, the way he talked, and he had got his job. His job was getting taken care of. He was doing his job. He was winning, and then for some reason he slacked off a little bit, and he had the momentum. So Wilder has been getting all these knockouts, and I'm just saying that all you have to do, in my eyes, is stop his right hand. So I said that Tyson Fury was that because he was winning, he was positive, he was winning fights, and then I seen a little decline. So I backed off of that, and then I made a decision and said, look, any one of those three could do it. And then as time went on, I eliminated Joshua. Now I'm looking at Tyson Fury, and Wilder. But there's one guy that could spoil them all, and that's Dylan White.
Okay, well, why big on him?
Dylan White is one guy that has spoiled this thing. He needs to learn a little bit more defense too, because Joshua dropped him. Okay, but Dylan White can be a spoiler between all of these guys. So we looking at those three, but you got Dylan White, and then there's another guy over there in London. I forgot DeBose. Whatever his name was, he's coming up.
Okay.
But those three are top. Dylan White just got off a suspension, and we might hear some noise from him. But out of those three, I'm really is up in the air. I did make that decision, but now I think it's up in the air. Each one, no, I don't know. Joshua, I think Tyson Fury and Wilder is the ones to see. Unless Joshua gets some help, he'll be the man.
Okay. And I feel like we've been stubbing Andy Ruiz here. I mean, he did shock the world when he beat Joshua, but I mean, well, what's your take on Andy Ruiz? Do you think he still could be in the mix? Can he be a player in all of this, or do you think he was more of a one-hit wonder type of thing?
Well, I think that his management, I don't know what the heck was wrong with his management to let him go out and drink and party or whatever he did and come back like that, and for him to get on television and admit that he did these things. So I'm saying now that what's the matter with his management? I would have never admitted on television that I was doing that just because I lost. So come out with a different plan. So I'm questioning his management now. They're making money, they're making good money, but I would never admit that I did that because I lost. I would have put the blame on something else. Oh, I hurt my leg or this and that. There's certain things you could do to to answer questions that people want to know what happened. But I think it was a discredit to boxing because he came in overweight. There's a lot of young boxers out there that want a chance, and they're training hard. And then he act like it was just. And I liked it. I like Andy Ruiz, and he acted like, oh, it was no big deal. No, you can't do that. There's other fighters that's serious, and they want to get in. They want to make $5 or $6 million, and you took it for granted. So I don't really know if he can probably come back, but I don't know what's going to happen when he do. I can't tell because of the way he's in shape. I can't tell what he's going to do. He's unpredictable, and he really shouldn't have. His management should have been on top of him.
Okay, and then you've been very generous with your time. I'm not going to hold you up
okay.
any longer. I just got one last thing for you along the training lines here. What's next for you in the training world? Are you training anybody specifically that we should keep an eye out for? Or are you going to try to get one of these big guys? What's going on there?
No. Well, I was trying. I was trying to. I wasn't really taking it serious, but now I am. But I got like my niece. Trinity, she's a tall Tommy Hearns-like boxer. It's a girl. I got a young Asian Jim. His name is Jim, and he's Korean or he's Vietnamese. He's Vietnamese. He's Vietnamese, and his name is Jim. And he wants me to work with him, and he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So I decided to try to really get serious about training people instead of, I got a lot of knowledge and I take it for granted. And I'm just sitting around, I know what to do. I know how to teach him how to throw over him right. I know how to teach him how to block punches, but I never really, now I'm serious. I try to get a job with Joshua. I try to get a job with different type of guys and help them, but now I'm serious. I'm going to build somebody from the bottom to the top and show everybody that I got the knowledge.
All right, Tim. Well, best of luck with that career. You were one hell of a fighter back in the day. So
Back in the day.
I'm hoping that you'll be a hell of a fighter or a hell of a trainer too. And we're going to see a lot of these fighters coming up in the near future here.
Well, the thing is that look how good I talk. There's a lot of boxers that can't even speak. You know, I might not be able to speak. Maybe I got loose teeth right up here. I got loose teeth, so I can't communicate. But the thing is that look how clear I could talk. And I'm okay. I'm okay. So I had a good teacher, a good trainer. So that is an asset. So there's some people that just don't want that help, and they in the long run, they're gonna see that they really need it, or they should have asked for help.
All right, Tim. Well, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
And everyone, remember to keep reading all of our stuff here on mymmanews.com.